This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot
It's the
more.
Jason Walker.
I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show, broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Here's Jason Walker.
Hey, happy Tuesday, the Jason Walker Show. Inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave, we are presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State law says it is your vehicle, it is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Coming up today, we're going to check in with former Helena High tennis coach Lance Bouchee, who announced his retirement last week after a quarter century. Also going to check in with specialist Weisz, who we've had her on the show a couple of times. She's from Belgrade. She is a U.S. Army specialist and a U.S. Olympian, and she'll be heading off to Tokyo next month, hopefully, right? Hopefully. So we'll talk to her about what it's been like. She is on the shooting team, and check in with her first year, what it's been like in the U.S. Army. Happy birthday yesterday to the Army, Flag Day as well. So got a good time. You can watch on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com, and much, much more. So let's get started by saying you can tweet us at JWalkerSports. You can message us, Jason, at JasonWalkerShow.com as well. Had a good time over the weekend. Played in the state match play. And on Friday morning, missed the cut of the top 32. There were 59, I think 59 of us on the men's side. In two girls as well, which was awesome. But got to play with Sean Ryan, golf coach down at Montana Tech, and the longest drive, dude. And also the Verge brothers from Bozeman, from Gallatin High, who have, Jordan won match play a couple years ago, and Justice won state, or vice versa. Yeah, Justice had won state. So he was trying to win. He lost to Spencer Williams, but had a good time playing, and we'll recap state match play in a second, but had a good time playing in it on Friday. And then golfed a little bit Sunday, did yard sale or garage sale with the wife on Saturday. That was fun. Serious. And we had a good time. Sold a bunch of the little one's old clothes. That it was fun. And then we golfed on Sunday, did a little swimming with the little one, and had fun. Then golfed yesterday at the Old Works Jack's course down there in Anaconda in a Pro-Am, which was really cool. Going to be in a Pro-Am next Monday as well, up in Polson. But we got a busy week. We're gonna have some fun this week too. So, and a whole lot more. So I hope you had a great weekend. The Montana basketball players did, boys and girls, sweeping Wyoming again. Was it 10 straight wins now for the girls and 18 straight for the guys, something like that. Big games on Friday and Saturday. So congratulations to the Montana All-Stars for basketball. You had the Class B championship or All-Star football game over the weekend. Congrats to those kids. There was a busy weekend. You had the Gov Cup going on as well. And on Saturday, the 47th running of the Gov Cup And Heather Lieber getting the win. On the marathon side, I believe it's her 4th marathon win. Keith Miller on the men's side gets the win for on the men. Let's see here. Who else was winners? Lauren Valentino, Pete Habor, Masters winner, seniors titleist, Debbie Gibson, not the singer, Kent Boss from Manhattan, Micah Drew, Elizabeth Wasserman win the half, and let's see, Nicole Murray won the 5K, has 17 overall titles. That's pretty awesome. Justin Morgan got the men's 5K, and good stuff. Congratulations. Heather Lieberg, what is she? I mean, she's 41 now and has 11 titles at the Governor's Cup and also has records in 3 of them. But, man, she is unbelievable. Love Heather Lieberg. She's so good. Let's see, what else were we going to hit on here? Boom. State match play. Spencer Williams, Jay Anderson, congratulations. Getting the win. Jay on the senior side. And Spencer going back-to-back is in the match play. And 3 overall titles for Spencer. It was fun. We were a co-sponsor. One of the sponsors had a lot of fun, got to play in it, like I said, Friday morning. I birdied the first hole. Birdied the first. And then the real me showed up, and I missed the cut. But had fun. Like I said, golfing with the Verge boys and Sean Ryan. But had fun. Pro-Am yesterday at Anaconda did not go great for me. Had fun, but I golfed not well. Hopefully you had fun, whatever you were able to get out and about and do recently. So, we have big college rodeo update too coming up. Not just college, but high school, pros, Northern Rodeo. Our Montana Rodeo Roundup coming up, presented by Mark Leroux Photography, is on the way. Also, we have, what else do we have? We have a lot going on. You've got the 74th East-West Shrine game this week down at Dallas and Billings on Saturday night. That's going to be a lot of fun. We are, like I said, going to talk with an Olympian in Allie Weisz. There is another Montanan trying to make the Olympics, and that is Catherine Burkhoff of Missoula. And she is in the finals tonight for the 100-meter backstroke. And hopefully she qualifies. So that would be pretty sweet. Let's see. You have... Soccer Players of the Year were announced. Gatorade Montana Soccer Players of the Year. Beckett Arthur, Kinsey Williams. Congratulations to those two. That's awesome. Hellgate's Beckett Arthur and Williams, Kinsey Williams from Glacier. Arthur had 29 goals and 20 assists last season for Hellgate. Won the 3rd championship in 4 years. That's not too bad. Also a 3.85 GPA. Kinsey Williams had a couple of goals and some assists, but really was known for her defense, and especially that 1-0 win over Helena in the championship. And congratulations. She also has a 4.0. I mean, these kids are so smart. And just awesome. Awesome kids. They give back. It's fantastic. Super awesome. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk some tennis. How about that? Tennis. Why? Well, it's because the longtime coach for the Helena High Bengals retired over or last week, announced his retirement. Quarter-century tennis coach. And have had some great conversations with Lance Bouchee over the years. And he's super, super cool dude. Did a great job with Bengals tennis, helped with the growth of tennis in the community, and we will talk to him coming up here in a few minutes. Jason Walker Show is presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it is your vehicle, it is your choice where you have it repaired, and you choose Capital Collision Center. I did last year when my vehicle was in a wreck. It was T-boned from the side, almost totaled, but the work that Capital Collision Center did was amazing. It looked like I had a brand new vehicle when I drove it off their lot after they fixed it last summer for me. And appreciate Capital Collision Center hopping on board the Jason Walker Show as well. But if you need anything fixed on your vehicle, you take it to Capital Collision Center because, well, they're the best. Quick break. We'll come right back. Talk to Lance Bouchee. Don't forget U.S. Olympian specialist Ali Weisz coming up as well. Your Montana Rodeo Roundup. And our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week is on the way as well in the next 45 minutes or so. Hang on.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklaroephotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklaroephotography.com. Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Oh, here we go. Jason Walker Show. Back, I think. Are we back? Yeah, we're back. Oh, my goodness. Good times. Reaching out, still to come, Ali Weisz will join us, specialist Ali Weisz. And and much more as we welcome in our first guest on the show today. Maybe he's calling. There we go. We're working on it as we check in.
Hello.
Hey, Coach. Jason Walker, we're live. How are you?
Great.
So, Lance Bouchee joining us, the former tennis coach at Helena High. Congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you.
What went into the decision?
Say again?
Why retire now?
It was 25 years. The wife wants to travel a little bit, so I think it was a good timing for everybody.
Does that mean that Helena High's tennis team is lacking for talent next year? I joke, I kid, because that's usually when coaches get out, is when they're looking at the future going, yeah, we're not going to be good next year, but I know that's not the case.
Well, actually, the girls should be pretty decent.
Right.
We got nine returners out of the 12. Boys, yeah, we're going to need some more kids. We took a really big hit this year compared to last year when everything stopped because of COVID. So we only have three boys returning.
Wow.
Which is a little bit scary, but the three that are there are going to they'll be okay. But yeah, it was kind of weird. So, but no, it was just a good time.
How was the last year dealing with COVID and getting ready for a season, and of course losing an entire year last year?
That was tough losing last year. We got 1 week of the kids, and then it was done. This year was great, though. I mean, we had some restrictions on, wearing the mask and where you sit on the bus and all that kind of stuff. But it worked out great. Nobody got sick. I mean, literally, no one got anything. So it turned out to be a great year again.
You've done a nice job over 25 years coaching kids, helping really develop the game, the sport of tennis in Helena as well and around the state. What's the biggest change you've seen over the last quarter century?
Well, I guess it's not a change, but it is tough in Montana with just our like short summer, and then not everybody's got the ability to go indoors or can afford to go indoors like that and then practice all winter long too. So that's just been a tough one for Montana and spring sports like that. A couple of years we've lost several because just from the beginning, just because of the snow these last couple of years, and then just a short summer, it's tough for kids. You're not into it all year long. Whereas in California and Arizona, kids can play all year round. So that's always been tough for Montana anyway.
How have you gotten the kids over the years to stay in tennis mode during the cold winter months and even the start of springs?
Trying to just encourage them to get out and play some summer tournaments and, actually just stay out and play. And then we've had the ability to last, actually at least 20 out of the 25 years that the district's been able to get us into the indoor courts over the winter, or at least one night a week. And it used to be 2 nights a week. Now it's down to 1 night a week, but just so the kids can come out and it's like an open gym and get out and play a little bit during the winter. So, but that's definitely helped where kids can stay out there, at least, keep the rust off and whatever. And then when the spring comes, they're maybe not completely ready to go, but they still stayed in somewhat of a shape of tennis form. So that helped a ton.
Former Helena High tennis coach Lance Bouchee, our guest here, Jason Walker, show on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Best tennis player you ever coached?
Lane Ryerson.
Oh, he pretty good.
Yeah, he was good. I mean, just a super great kid, nice kid all around. Studious, and he was always there. He just had natural ability, and you couldn't beat the drive out of him. He was gonna stay on the court until he beat you. So that was fun to work with him that many years. And he actually came back and helped. He volunteered. Not actually didn't volunteer, but he actually helped with the JV program for a year or two. So that was cool. And then he moved on to law school, and now he's a lawyer and the whole thing in Bozeman. So yeah, that was a great experience. and for other kids to see that and then around the state. So I can't really take any credit. I think for most of that, he just happened to have that drive, and he was good, and he wanted to get better and all that. So, but it was fun to work with him. So by his sophomore year, end of his sophomore year, I couldn't keep up with him myself.
Wow.
And usually that's not the case with probably 95 or 98% of the kids I work with. I'm able to stay with them, but there's been about 5 now over the years that I couldn't keep with up towards the end there. So, but he was a great kid.
Yep.
It was fun to see him win it.
Best girl you coached?
Probably it's going to have to be Emma Haskett this last year.
Oh, okay.
She just graduated. She made state as a freshman. She placed as a sophomore, 4th, and then last year we got cut loose, actually 3rd. I'm sorry, 3rd. And then last year we didn't have it because of COVID, and this year they got 2nd again. Her and Ava Santos. So she's had a great career too, all 4 years making it there. And I know I'm positive they would have placed last year with Ava's oldest sister, Pilar.
Mm-hmm.
She graduated last year also, and then we didn't get to play with COVID. But so she would have, been there and placed all 4 years, which was pretty cool. So
yeah. Lance Bouchee, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show. We are talking tennis. Favorite moment over the last 25 years?
I guess I really couldn't give it like one, but one moment. But the last 3 years, I had a kid in tennis for his 4 years at Helena High, and then he came back and he volunteered and with Williams, and the kids just love him, and he's always there, and he's always ready to hit more balls with the kids. Super nice kid, skier, everything. And that was just a great addition to our program the last 3 years, just having him come back and help. So it was just a lot of fun.
Best moment for you in the rivalry with Capital?
I guess probably just the success with less than a handful of times that we actually lost, really. Mm-hmm. It was just always nice to come out and come and get ahead of them. So that was always fun, just you had that bragging rights with them.
And it's funny because everybody gets along. It's not you and Coach Swenson and the kids are all friends. So nobody, it's not really a rivalry. You guys are just playing tennis against each other.
It still is, but then, like until this last year, we've always went with them on the bus too, so the kids can get together and they talk and they're all friends until they have to play each other. So that was always kind of cool too.
All right, who was the best player you ever coached against or saw in the state of Montana?
In my coaching career, I would probably have to say that the Harris boys from Billings.
Okay,
they were the Harris family actually. That's the girl too. She won too. So the whole family was just phenomenal at tennis. And now one of the older one comes back and he does private lessons with like some of the kids from Bozeman, and that's one that just won it this year, the girl. So that was a really strong family.
What was it about tennis, Coach, that got you into the sport?
My mom started me, I did some summer lessons in 2nd and 3rd grade in Billings, and then I literally dropped it until we moved, and then we moved to Helena, and I dropped it until 8th grade, and it was kind of during the day, I just go down to Blocky Park and hit against the backboard, and I just got better and better, I guess. So that was just almost out of boredom, other than baseball. I did baseball for all those years up till 18 too. So just something to do, kind of keep yourself busy, and then paper routes and all that in the early morning, and so just something to do in the afternoons. And then it just kind of took over, and I started helping teach lessons to the city of Helena to younger kids and older adults and stuff. So it just kind of progressed from there.
Lance Bouchee joining us here on the Jason Walker Show. You coached the Helena youth for the Helena High Bengals and the youth across the city for a long, long time. Has announced his retirement last week. Who was your idol when you played or growing up, as far as pro tennis?
Andre Agassi.
Okay.
It was, yes.
Well, you guys got about the same hair, right?
Yes, we do.
Did you grow it out to try to be like him?
No, I didn't actually, but I had a ton of hair like that in high school too. Permed it and the whole thing, had a ton of hair, and then it just kind of went away.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, he wore a wig though.
He actually did.
Yeah,
for a little bit there.
So
No, I didn't do that.
That is fantastic. Best tennis player of all time on the pros?
I'd probably have to say, I would say Pete Sampras.
Really?
When I was in it and all that, and going through it. Now I would probably have to say it's Roger Federer, but it was fun to watch Pete.
He was pretty good.
It was always Pete against Andre. Always Pete.
And Pete always won, it seemed like.
Just about. Most of the time, yeah, most of the time he did.
Andre
and if you read the book about Andre, he always said it, and then there was always Pete.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Fun to watch.
Okay. Let's see. Favorite women's tennis player?
Well, if you're looking at skill, probably something like a Maria Sharapova or Steffi Graf. If you're looking just for looks, it was Anna Kournikova. It was always fun to watch.
Anna Kournikova, and then you had Sharapova forever. But remember Maria Kirilenko from Russia too. Yeah. There was something about those Russian girls, and they were good. They're good on the court.
They were, yeah. They were always on the court.
Yeah.
Steffi Graf was phenomenal to watch.
Yes, she was. And then you have Justine Enna. I always enjoyed her. Monica Seles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a good string of them.
So where does the future for Helena High tennis go from here without you now?
Well, I'm hoping that a couple of the JV coaches take it over and kind of just run with it too. It's the last, I don't know, at least 10 years now, we've had about 70 kids in the program. 30 of them will stay up at the varsity, and about 40 that will be down at JV, and it's always just been about fun. So I'm hoping that fun continues for all, lots of those kids.
What are you going to miss the most?
Probably just hitting with them every day, hitting balls to them and playing against them. It's always been great for me to, stay with the ones I could stay with,
Right.
which was most of them. But yeah, just actually getting out there and playing with them.
Well, it's been fun. I said earlier before I got you on that you and I had some great conversations over the years, and appreciate those because you were always forthcoming and super honest, and I just loved watching you coach those kids and the passion. So do you sit at home, Coach, and just throw a tennis ball or just bounce a tennis ball off the wall?
Not that, but like at school, I'll actually walk down the hallways with an older tennis racket and spin it, and I've always something like that in my hand.
And beat the kids walking down the hall.
Yep, and they're like looking at me like, "What?" So the middle school kids are like, "What are you doing with that?" So that's always been fun too.
Oh, that is great. But I mean that you've always been awesome, and you're going to be missed for sure. But I'm sure you'll still be there watching, right?
I will be there, and I'll help when they need help around here with tournaments and stuff. I would like to say that Bob Lawrence has been a huge influence for me also in tennis. I played against him for Helena High, and he was coaching for Capital. And then I actually came back and helped him coach 3 years at Capital, like with his daughter and stuff. Mm. And then he was my boss on Fires for about 15 of my 25 years in summer Fires. And then he came back, and he keeps helping me every year with all the big tournaments that we always have here every year at the Helena Invite. So a great person, and always been willing to help me out when I needed that.
Well,
So,
that is
doing great.
That is fantastic, and you're going to be following in those footsteps and helping out and keeping tennis alive in the city of Helena and around the state, I'm sure.
Yep, I sure will.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time. You have a wonderful summer. Enjoy it, and thanks again for everything.
Thank you. Take care.
That is Lance Bouchee, the former Helena High coach, joining us here, Jason Walker Show, and fantastic guy. Fantastic guy. Loved our conversations, like I said. And super dude, and he will be missed for sure. But you'll see him around, and you can't miss him. He's a lot of fun. Congratulations on that retirement, Coach. Okay, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, and when we do, Allie Weisz will join us. Specialist Allie Weisz, U.S. Army. She is on in the Army Marksmanship Unit, and she's going to the Olympics in a month. And we'll talk to her when we return here. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture. 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Auto Concepts Performance of the Week still to come. And on this day in history. And so much more. And our Montana Rodeo Roundup. We got a lot to cover in the next half hour right here. Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklaroephotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklaroephotography.com.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show, inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. A lot of fun talking with Coach Bouchee, and he'll always be coach. Like Coach Williams, Sheila Williams, who retired a couple of years ago, or last year. But just love talking with coaches, and they'll always remain coach to me. I don't know of any coach that I actually call by their first name, other than coach. They're always coach, but anyway. We got On This Day in History still to come. We have our Montana Rodeo Roundup on the way. Our Auto Concepts Performances of the week on This Day in History. The walk-off. We got a busy final 25 minutes, and let's hop right into it. She has been on the show before, twice last year, and is an absolute sweetie to talk with. Messaged her and a couple of weeks ago and said, we got to get you on the show. Talk about the Olympics. And she said, well, here's who you need to reach out to. I did. And because she is super famous now, and it's really because she's in the U.S. Army, Allie Weisz joined us a little bit earlier today, had the chance to chat with her and catch up and talk about heading off to the Olympics, what life for the last year in the Army has been like, and much more. And she joins us now on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All right, we are pleased to be joined by, I guess I can't even really, I mean, I can call you a U.S. Olympian, but specialist, Allie Weisz, because you joined the Army since the last time we chatted.
I did, yes. So the last time we chatted, I had just made the Olympic team, and we were getting ready for that and talking about the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic and what my future plans were. And I did, in fact, join the Army and go to basic training last summer. So.
You were at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, correct?
Correct.
In the middle of summer. How was that?
Middle of summer, yes. The heat was insane. The humidity was insane.
My son, Bob, spent his summer in basic at Fort Jackson as well. It's a beautiful facility. Oh. Mm-hmm. It really is.
I'm not sure how much I actually got to see of it. We were in the field a lot of the time, but it was a really awesome experience.
Okay, what was the worst part of basic?
The worst part? I'm not sure what the worst part of basic was. I loved all of it, quite honestly. It was such a unique experience to be able to be with all of these, young people joining the Army, ready to serve our country, and all of that. Of course, there are hard parts, but it was really rewarding at the end of the day.
What was the end thing called, where you have to climb all this stuff, and it's like torturous, but it's fun for you guys, I guess. The Crucible, is that what it is?
So I think we called ours, oh my gosh, I don't remember what we called ours. Oh, the Forge is what we called ours.
That's what it was.
Like really big, long, yes. Yeah.
The Forge, yeah. Well, you're out for like a week and you don't get to eat, and yeah.
Right. They did feed us, but
right.
Even in the tent, in the rain, wherever we needed to be, but.
Specialist Allie Weisz joining us here. Before we start talking about the bigger stuff, but I'm just intrigued with your stories of basic and see how awesome they were compared to what my son went through. But I mean, he got to shoot. Obviously, you get to shoot. We'll talk about that again in a second. But what was your favorite part of the eating? Like, what's your favorite MRE?
My favorite MRE. So honestly, the MREs I really think come down to the snacks and like the sides, because some of them are full of it. So it's like you might get the main entree and you're like, oh, that's not great. But then it has like a cappuccino pack in it. When we were allowed to eat the candy, which was hardly ever. Some had good candy. Some had oatmeal cookies, chocolate chip cookies. So for me, it was really about the sides.
We went to the museum there. He took us there, and he showed us there's a sign of like the 23 top MREs or the whatever you guys get to eat, and stroganoff was like his favorite one.
Really? I think I had that one once. Oddly enough, I somehow had meatballs and red sauce. I had that one a whole lot. Fettuccine Alfredo. That one was a little off. Still good.
Okay, so you got hey, there's a friend of yours popping in. Specialist Allie Weisz joining us here, Jason Walker Show. She will be heading to the Olympics. So the year delay, you joined the Army, and really that was for many different reasons, right? I mean, this isn't just, but you get to work with specialized shooters now.
Yes, so we are in a very unique position here at the Army Marksmanship Unit as being part of the Army, especially in this sport, not even just a specialized unit within the Army, but the sport, I think we briefly talked about before, there's not a lot of pro options available. So There's not a lot of money to be made. It's more like money to be taken. So, of course, this is a huge opportunity to be able to further your athletic career while also continuing, basically your future and not putting your future on hold. And then on top of that, we have the best of the best athletes here. I have 2 other team members on the team with me that are going to the Olympics this July. They just qualified. And so that's huge to have, 2 other people also here. And then our support and our resources are insurmountable. We have the best gunsmiths in America. So if we ever need anything, we can go see them. Or if we ever have any problems, they can fix it right there for us.
Specialist Allie Weisz, our guest here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline, joining us via Aerolink. So where is the Army Marksmanship Unit located?
We are in Fort Benning, Georgia.
Oh, okay. So you stay with the heat and the humidity.
I did stay with the heat and humidity. Thankfully, I have this weird love for being hot, but also down here, their AC is impeccable. So it might be hot for a second, but you walk in and you're in a freezer, basically. So
that is fantastic. Hey, all right. So where did you go between Fort Jackson? Did you go right then to Fort Benning?
I did.
Okay.
So I finished my basic training, and then I went to my advanced individualized training as a 42 Alpha, which is my MOS, which is a human resource specialist.
Okay.
Which for me, that was also in Fort Jackson. Occasionally people, finish basic training, and then wherever their MOS gets trained, they have to go to another military installation. But for me, it was all in Fort Jackson.
Well, that's nice. You didn't have to move. My son, he went up to Virginia, and was his because he's 15 Tango. So he's actually overseas right now. Okay, let's get into this shooting, because you're so good at it. Obviously, qualifying for the Olympics, going, and shooting in college and everything. What's different about being out on your own versus training with the Army?
I think the biggest difference is the community surrounding you. So when I was training on my own, I trained on my own in a lot of various locations, and all of the locations were really great. But down here, you just have so much support from the people you're on the line training with, all the way up to, I had General Funk, the commanding general of TRADOC, reached out to me and congratulate me and have support from there. So that's huge. He's a 4-star general. So to be able to have the support from that high up all the way down to where we are, you can't compare.
Your teammates, how many?
There's I think 11 of us total just on my team with International Rifle, and then we have various teams within the Army Marksmanship Unit that we see briefly, but they're always training their events on different ranges.
You still have to do PT all the time?
Yes, but thankfully PT's on our own, so we don't want to hinder our training, so it's no longer the 4:30 a.m. wake-ups, because if you exhaust your muscles in the morning, it's hard to have accurate training immediately after. But
I like that. That's very, it's you work smarter, not harder.
Absolutely.
Specialist Allie Weisz, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show. Okay, so how did COVID affect the last year for you? Or did it?
So I'm probably one of the only people, I would have to argue, because everyone hated it so much, but I think it benefited me in a way that a lot of people never get the chance to have a benefit from something like that. So because I got to go to basic training, didn't have to miss a single competition, practice, match, travel, international camp, anything like that, because everything was shut down. So it was an opportunity that not a lot of people in our sport especially get to have.
When you were at basic, were you just, there's a few weeks where you didn't get to shoot, right? Were you just itching to be like, come on, where's my gun?
Oh, absolutely. And then, of course, so you do get into a basic training, your basic rifle marksmanship portion of it. So you do get to shoot a gun. We shot an M4, obviously very, very different, with the magazine and everything compared to my air rifle that I shoot with pellets that I have to single load every time. But I would have to argue that was probably one of my favorite times, just being able to be out on the range. I enjoy pulling the trigger. So that was rewarding in of itself, but also to be able to share my knowledge kind of secretively, so that way my chain of command and everyone didn't actually find out where I was heading, but to help my fellow soldiers in training and help them better their performance in ways when we were sitting in the bay at night and they couldn't understand when they were struggling.
Gotcha. Allie Weisz, she is Specialist Allie Weisz, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. All right, so when do you leave? And we're hoping we get to have the Olympics this year. It sounds like people in Japan are not happy, but when do you when are you scheduled really to ship out?
As of right now, literally today, it is July 16th is what we have flights for. So we will see if they hold.
I hope they do. And then how long will you be over there?
That is unknown right now. So there's kind of some talk of you have to leave when you're done competing, but there's also talk of when the entire event is done competing. So, you know, the shooting sports have my 10-meter air rifle, 50-meter small bore. They have pistol events, shotgun events. So we're looking right now to see if I can stay beyond my events. That way I can watch, especially, you know, my fellow Team USA teammates and then my U.S. Army Marksmanship Unit team compete there as well.
Gotcha. Man, I hope this happens. I hope you get to go. I really do. You mentioned the difference with the magazine, the M4. It's a lot heavier than your air rifle.
I actually would say my air rifle is probably pretty comparable, but we're also not carrying it. Like, I don't carry it around with me all the time, every day, everywhere I go, like you do with your M4.
Sure.
So that was different.
But the loading, I mean, obviously did it take you time to get used to not having to load between every shot?
A little bit. I think it was more just learning the bolt, because it's a little bit different of a bolt action as well. How to, when it gets jammed and items like that, to learn how to deal with. But at the end of the day, you still line up your sights, you still breathe the same, and you still squeeze your triggers. So,
you obviously, in your sport, this is not about speed, correct? It's about accuracy.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Take me through a normal day or a normal competition. Like, what do you do?
Okay, so what do I do? So in my sport, it's all standing. So it's 60 shots standing. And then each shot, since, I load each shot individually, has its own process. It typically starts, your gun sits on an offhand stance. You don't have to hold it the whole time. And you load a pellet, close the bolt, pick it up. There's usually a couple breaths in there just to stay relaxed and sort of let your position settle down. And then there's typically, you look over your sights for a couple seconds to make sure your balance is good, your body's relaxed. Then you bring your head down fully onto the cheek piece. So you can start looking through the sights, and that's all pretty slow moving too. And then once you're finally looking through the sights and you're lining up the sights, you might take another short breath in, and at the bottom of your breath, you let your hold develop, slowly squeeze the trigger, and then follow through. And then that's the end of the shot, and you just put it back down and start all over.
Nice. I like that. So how long does a typical competition take?
So we have to finish the entire 60 shots in 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad. That's it actually seems like a long time to shoot, though.
I mean, it's more than a minute per shot. I think it's a minute 15. I'm not great at math, but minute 5. I'm not sure. But
well, you don't have to be good at math. You can just you just shoot. You can shoot numbers out. Okay, how good are you at the carnival games? You know, the shooting ones at the carnival?
Oh, like the water ones?
Yeah.
Or
the star.
The star. I think I've maybe actually only ever gotten it once, because it's you always miss that tiny little piece of paper, and I'm not sure if it's actually plastic or what down there. They get us keep spending money. But.
Oh, that is great, because people probably think, "Oh, Allie's going to be at the carnival. We're not winning this."
Right. I don't think any of us are winning it, honestly.
That is fantastic. Specialist Allie Weisz joining us here. A couple of final ones, but so. Obviously, you've signed a contract with the United States Army, and that is fantastic. Thank you for your service. This isn't just about the Olympics. This is more of your future, really. So what is the future for you?
So right now my future is looking I'm in a very fortunate position here at the Army Marksmanship Unit, in that my job is to train and compete for my Olympic event every single day. So this contract, I will be for sure here with them for the next 4 years, and then it is kind of up to us to work together. Basically, if I am still competing at a high enough level and meeting the standards of the Army Marksmanship Unit, and if I still want to be here. So for me, end game, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's looking like shooting through the 2028 LA Olympic Games is what I would like to do, but at the end of the day, I have
no worries.
I have no idea when I'll actually fall out of love with the sport. So if that's in the middle of a potentially 20-year career in the Army, I am considering transitioning over to be an officer and working as a dietitian for the Army.
Oh, that is awesome. Specialist Allie Weisz joining us here. Speaking of dietitians, how do you plan on eating in Tokyo? Like, are you going to stay in the village, or what's the rules here?
Yeah, crazy. So we actually just talked about that today because, we're getting closer and we're starting to talk about what it's going to look like and what, our rooms might look like, just to get a feel for it before we ever step foot there. And we will be staying in the village, and we will be eating at the cafeteria within the village. We have not heard anything about what types of food, but I would imagine Japan and Tokyo to have prepared something, pretty good for us that has a lot of options, as well as Team USA. So,
who aside from your shooting teammates are you looking forward to seeing the most?
Anyone. It's so mind-blowing occasionally to me. First of all, to even sit there and still remember, even though it's been over a year, that I have made an Olympic team and that I am now amongst all of the other Olympians. But I think the biggest thing is being there and just being amongst all of the greats, whatever sport it is, whether it's, Katie Ledecky in swimming, Simone Biles in gymnastics, or anyone else that I could potentially run into. Of course, you don't want to fangirl, but also it's just honorable, very honorable.
What event would you like to go see the most if you can?
I'm hoping to be able to get out and see beach volleyball, just because volleyball has always been another passion of mine growing up and competing throughout high school. And then Montana, there's not a whole lot of beach volleyball other than the Bozeman beaches. So I'm hoping to be able to go see some Olympic beach volleyball happen.
Did you say Bozeman beaches? I only know of the one.
Okay, maybe it's only one.
But I know exactly where it's at. Speaking of volleyball, how's your sister?
She's doing well. Actually, my sister, who is just graduated high school this year, signed to play with Presentation College in South Dakota.
Oh, and they're pretty good.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, there's some good volleyball in the NAI for sure. Viterbo out in Wisconsin, of course, the Montana schools,
right.
Rocky, Carroll, Providence, Tech. They're all good. All right, I know I've taken up a lot of your time. So what's the rest of your day? What's a typical day look like for you in the Army?
Now? Okay, so yeah, it's very different than what it used to be. So now it's a lot more regimented, but still free to do our training as we need. So typically we are at work. We have to be at work by 07:30 in the morning. And from basically 07:30, we might have a quick team meeting, but 07:30 to about noon, we get to train as we need to for our basically discipline. And then after that, potentially go back to train. Some days we have some details to do, and then PT around 2:30 or 3:30 every day.
That's your day?
Yes.
Every day?
Every day, but we love it.
You get to shoot for like 5 hours, possibly. Mm-hmm. And then you eat, you do some training, and then you just have your evenings free.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It's
Maybe I should join the Army.
For a better life.
I think I'm too old for the Army now. Because I'm definitely not going to make it through any push-ups or sit-ups. Specialist Allie Weisz. Hey, the biggest change for me has been I have to go through people now to get to you because that's how famous you are.
I know.
I texted her, full disclosure, I texted her a few weeks ago and said, hey, would love to get you on because we got the Olympics coming up. And I knew she was in the Army, but she goes, well, now you have to go through this person and blah, blah, blah. So you're famous. It's like you've got a media person already.
Okay, I mean, that's essentially what she is. And she is so great at what she does for us. And it just really helps. The purpose of her position is to help us focus on our training, where before I would be the only person scheduling all of that. And I love doing these, but now it just takes that extra, time, gives me that time back, essentially.
Sure, I got you. Specialist Allie Weisz. Hey, congratulations. Thank you for your service and continued success. Good luck in the Olympics. When you get back after winning a gold medal, you got to come back on.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to come back on and catch up and give you all of the rundown of what it looked like over there in Tokyo.
Fantastic. Specialist Allie Weisz, thank you for your time and safe travels. Good luck.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jason.
She's awesome. She's super cool. And it was fun to chat with her again. And good luck. I mean, that's just awesome. She's going to the Olympics. Hopefully they get to happen. All right. Allie joining us thanks to Dinner's Done Right. That's what she said. And Dinner's Done Right's got their grilling package ready for you for the summer. Just $90. You get 3 family-sized meals that serve 4 to 6 each. Calbee beef flank steak. You get the grilled Asian chicken. Fiesta burgers, 6 of those burgers with hamburger buns. You get free pot of s'mores as well. DinnersDoneRight.com. Edible cookie dough. And individual dinners ready to be microwaved tonight or tomorrow. Whatever night you want to just stop in. Dinner's Done Right on Cedar Street in Helena, and check them out, dinnersdoneright.com. All right. It is now our Montana Rodeo Roundup, brought to you by Mark LaRoe Photography. And book now your senior pictures, family portraits, anything you might think of. Your Montana Rodeo Roundup, and let's start with the high school kids. How's that? State high school finals, Helena Rodeo Club qualifying 4 boys, 1 girl for nationals. Sam Peterson, Haven Wolstein, your year-end champs. Wolstein also won breakaway and goat tying. And Peterson won bareback, placed 3rd in steers. Will and Caleb Nordstrom from Townsend are headed out. They went 2 and 3 to bareback. Spur Owens of Toston was 4th. So the National High School Finals Rodeo, there's other great ones from around the state, and we'll talk about them too throughout the next month. But the National High School Finals Rodeo coming up July 18th through the 24th down in Lincoln, Nebraska. So if you get a chance to go down there, and I've got some great stuff, you can volunteer. You can volunteer to go help out. It's going to be cool. Montana Rodeo Roundup. So there's your high school stuff. How about the college front? Yeah. Montana State women leading the team title right now. You also have some Montana State Cowboys doing pretty well, and Western as well. So I had the whole thing here. Okay, so your round 1 winners at the CNFR, that's round 2. Round 1 winners at the CNFR, Cole Franks of Clarendon College, who actually won round 2 as well in bareback, so 1 and 2. He's probably going to win a national championship. Okay, round 1. Got to get to it. Where are you at? Here we go. Barrel racing, round 1 winner, Taylor Moykins of Montana State, went 14 and 24 to get their round 1 win over the weekend, as well as goat tying champ Paige Rasmussen, who's probably going to win a national title in goat tying. She leads goat tying after the first 2 rounds. She won the first round and was just off the pace. She went 6 flat in round 1 and was 6-6 in round 2, where you had 6-2 was the winner. She was 6-6. So congratulations. All right. Got those college. How about the Northern Rodeo over the weekend? Northern Rodeo Association. You had Tucker Zing winning Culbertson in bareback. You had Caleb Meeks in saddle bronc. Bull riding went to James. Hold on, let me read. Jason Bold. Let's see. Nobody brought down a steer in Culbertson. Tie down Jay Billingsley. Team roping Shane Bishop and Chris Barthelmess. Lady Barrels, well, it's only ladies. Sage Coor got the win, and she also won breakaway. Good weekend at Culbertson. At Poplar, Tucker Zing wins bareback. Caleb Meeks saddle bronc, so they go 2 wins each over the weekend. Bull riding, Caden Fitzpatrick. Bryce Patterson won the steer wrestling. He also placed 3rd in bareback up at Poplar. J.C. Crowley won tie down. Luke Murphy, Shane Bissett win team roping. British Strain took the barrels, and Jessica McGilkey won the breakaway. So there you go. Northern Rodeo action this weekend. Gardner Friday, Saturday, and Wilsall on Saturday and Sunday. Yes, the great Wilsall Rodeo. Love it. So Gardner and Wilsall, Northern Rodeo this week. And then you have Belt opening up the PRCA section in Montana, PRCA season. So there you go. Our Montana Rodeo Roundup brought to you by Mark LaRoe Photography. Make sure you check him out, marklaroephotography.com. Get your senior pictures And Family Portraits book now, and he takes great photos of the NRA action. So there you go. Now, on this day in history, as we move straight into it, I told you we had busy time. Our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. Auto Concepts, get your car detail, your vehicle. They're hiring too, but I noticed my vehicle needs a little bit of a cleaning on the inside. And so I'm going to be taking it to Auto Concepts. That's what you should do too. You also, if you want a bed cover, you want the bed rug, or you want a grill guard, you just Auto Concepts, your auto enhancement professionals in Helena. On this date, your Auto Concepts Performances of the Week are marathon winners. Keith Miller of Missoula, Heather Lieberg of Helena. And congratulations. All right. Now we get to On This Day in History. It is brought to you by Big Sky Printwear. We print what you wear. It is Smile Power Day. It is Nature Photography Day. Mark LaRoe. Hope you're out there doing some good photography of nature. On this day, 1887, New York Giants beat the Philadelphia Phillies in baseball 29-1. 1902, minor league's most ever lopsided baseball game. Corsicana 51, Texarkana 3. Justin Clark hit 8 home runs in the game. 1923, nothing. 1928, Ty Cobb, then of the Philadelphia A's, stills home for a record 54th time. Now, this date, 1938, was the first night game at Ebbets Field in Brooklyn. Cincinnati beat the Dodgers. Johnny Vandermeer tossed his second consecutive no-hitter. It's never been done since, or before. He's the only one to go 2 straight no-hitters. Angel Cordero Jr., on this date, 1960, won the first of his over 7,000 horse races. Juan Marichal with a no-hitter on this date in 1963 for San Francisco. The Astrodome was rained out on this date in 1976. Had heavy rains and flooded streets, so nobody could get to the stadium. Let's see, Jack Nicklaus won his 4th U.S. Open title on this date, 1980. Boston Bruins won the Stanley Cup in 2011. Chicago Blackhawks won it in 2015. That is On This Day in History. It is brought to you by Big Sky Printwear. We print what you wear. Jason Walker Show shirts. We'll be giving those away starting next week again. And rodeo tickets, too, for the Last Chance Stampede. Jason Walker Show, proud sponsor of the Rodeo Clown and also bareback bronc riding. So we're going to give away some rodeo tickets for the next month, for the next time being as well. Love it.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
Man, what a great show. Happy Tuesday. Love being back. We'll do it again tomorrow. Thanks to specialist, U.S. Army specialist, Allie Weisz, and U.S. Olympian for joining us. Or Allie Weisz. Wow, I know how to talk. Also, former Helena High tennis coach Lance Bouchee. Congrats, and good luck in retirement. Tomorrow, we'll talk baseball. Helena Senators coach John Burnett will join us. And we'll do everything again tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Jason Walker Show presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it is your vehicle, it is your choice. Where you have it repaired, choose Capital Collision Center. Go to jasonwalkershow.com. If you missed anything, we'll do it again tomorrow at 4 with John Burnett. Talk to you then from the Major Mortgage Man Cave.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.